Hi my friends, and welcome to today's practice where we will focus on strengthening the muscles of the legs to support the knees. Now, if you've ever had discomfort in the knees or pain in the knees, you already know how important it is to take care of them. Well, this practice will not be a fix for your knees necessarily. We're going to strengthen, stabilize the supporting muscles around the knees so you can hopefully move through life with a little bit more ease. Now, as always, please take care of yourself, take care of your body. Whenever you feel pain, ease out. This practice is created to improve strength and take care of yourself, so never push past your limit point. That being said, if you have a resistance band and a block, feel free to grab them. You do not necessarily need them, but they might be nice little add-ons. And we are going to get started on our back. And on our back, you might like to take the knees in towards the chest, only if it feels good. Just taking a moment, allowing the back body to rest on towards the mat. And maybe you move a little side to side over the lower back. Just noting how that feels. And the hands can rest on towards the knees again if it feels good. We're not necessarily grabbing them, we're just using the warmth of our hands to create some warmth around the knee. And then maybe you bring the knees away from the body, straighten the elbows, bring them out towards the side and a little bit in and back together. Bringing the knees away from the body, out towards the sides, a little bit in and back together, out, forward, sides, a little bit in and back together. Good. Then we're going to straighten the knees as much as is comfortable for you and just lift them up, lift the feet up towards the sky. Now again here, the hands can rest next towards the body. And we're very simply going to tap one leg down. Again, the knee can be bent. If that feels better, we're going to tap. We're going to switch sides. Tap the other leg down, switch sides. So a few taps here. Again, bended knees is perfectly fine. Just going to strengthen the muscles that are between the thighs and the hips. You're doing great. A few breaths here and a few taps. See if you can tune in. Find that nice deep breath, breathing into the front, the side and the back of the body. Just a few taps. Good. Almost there. I know the core is probably already starting to talk to you. We're strengthening here, we're supporting, we're creating that support. You've been doing so good. Gonna go for 4, 3, good, 2, awesome, and 1, good. Then you can take a moment, maybe you want to take the knees back in towards the chest, or maybe you want to place the feet down on towards the mat. Good. The hands can rest next towards the body. And we're going to bring the feet close down towards the glutes. And if you have a block, feel free to use it here and pop it in between the thighs. I will show a little example at the top of the video of our adjustments. Good. Otherwise, if you don't have blocks, just stay here. Press the feet firmly down and towards the mat. See if you can sort of claw the toes down. Create connection with the feet and the mat. Then we're going to press the back a little in towards the spine and in towards the mat, and you might notice that the tailbone is starting to round up a little. We're going to draw the belly button in, and vertebra by vertebra, we're going to lift ourselves up towards the sky. And you want to gently squeeze the glutes a little bit at the top, and the legs are super nice and strong, sort of heels in line with the knees and the knees in line with the hips. Hands can rest next towards the body. We're going to squeeze it up the top. You're doing great. Now, if you find it's uncomfortable in the neck, maybe the chin lifts ever so slightly up to create a little bit more space there. You're doing great. And then slow and controlled on the exhale, We lower ourselves all the way back down on towards the mat. Good. We're gonna find a few of these. I'm gonna slow down our movement. So we're inhaling on a 4 count as we lift, holding it at the top for 2 seconds, and lowering back down on an exhale for 4 seconds. Okay. So nice and strong. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Hold nice and engaged. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Good, you're doing great. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Nice and engaged. Hold it. 1, 2. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Hold and engage. 1, 2. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Good, you're doing great. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Hold and engage. 1, 2. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Hold and squeeze. 1, 2. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Hold and squeeze. 1, 2. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. You're doing great. 2 more. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Hold and squeeze. 1, 2. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. And the last one. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze, engage. You're doing so great. And then exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Nice. Give it a little break if it feels good. The legs can swing a little side to side. Awesome. Good. Now from here, we are going to roll ourselves on towards our right side. And you can come into this nice, love to call it our lounging position. So you're just sort of propping the head up on towards the hands, or maybe even lowering it all the way down. And we're gonna bring the knees together, the feet together, and we're gonna come into our clamshells. And if you have the band here, it might be nice to wrap it around the thighs, the resistance band, but you can definitely do it like this. So we're gonna find opening and closing. And you wanna focus on engaging the glutes here. So see if you can engage that glute as you open and close. Good, you're doing great. Awesome. So it's a super gentle movement, but we're taking care of all our muscles surrounding the knee, creating support there. Good. Awesome. Stick with it now. You're doing so great. Yes. Just a few of these. Good. Stick with it. These are super simple exercises actually, but the fact that we're repeating them quite a lot, you will start to feel the glute muscles working here. So you're doing so good. Stick with it. Gonna go for 5. Awesome. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now keep it open. We're gonna hold it open for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. We are going to bring the top leg in a 90-degree angle, and we're going to extend the bottom leg. Now the top leg can sort of rest forward. If this is not available for you, you can always prep it up on towards a cushion or a block. Then from there, we're going to start lifting the right leg. So working the inner thigh. And the knee can be gently bent here if that helps you. If if you find it uncomfortable here, but we're simply lifting the bottom leg, and it doesn't have to come high. In fact, I doubt if it will come high, but you're doing so well. So just a little lift and lower, lift and lower. Good, you're doing great. Lift and lower, lift and lower. A few of these, keep them going. You're doing so great. Can you focus on the breath? Maybe the belly button draws a little in just to support the core. You're doing super good. Awesome. And it's always okay just to listen to your body move at your own pace. Now, these exercises are not easy. Good. You're doing so good. And the most benefits will be created if you do repeat these exercises more often. So come back to this video so you can do this workout, this yoga practice, just regularly, just to see the most benefits of it. You're doing great. Gonna go for 3, good, for 2, good, and for 1, and we're gonna hold it at the top. Hold it at the top, as high as you can get it, hold it there. And then we're gonna hold it there for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Gonna move on towards the other side. So we're gonna do the same, but on the other side. So just shifting yourself around, again, choosing your lounging position, or maybe all the way down into that sort of lying position here. And then feet come together, knees come together, core is gently drawn in, just to create that support, right? Active. And then we're gonna open and close in our clamshells. Good. It's a super gentle movement. Again, I want you to shift your attention towards that glute. And just a few nice open and closing here. Creating that attention in that glute area. Awesome. Good. You're doing so good. I know it's not easy. You don't have to come far in your rotation if that's not comfortable for you. It's just working here. Seeing if you can create that sensation in the glute. Doing so good. Awesome. Just a few more. Stick with it now. Again, no, it's not easy, but it's worth it, I promise. I've been actually having some knee issues. And since I started doing all these exercises, it actually improved so much. So if I can be my own case study for this, then it works. Good. You're doing so good. But it does only work if you come back to them often. Good. And 3. Good. And 2. 1. Keep them open at the top. Okay, hold it. We're going to hold it again for 10, for 9, 8, squeeze the glutes, 7, 6, find an engagement, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Awesome. Then the bottom leg extends, top leg comes over the bottom leg, placing the knee on the mat or maybe on a prop. And then we're going to start lifting the bottom leg. So working the inner thigh here. Good, you're doing great. So it's a gentle lift and a gentle lower, nothing much, nothing too special. Again, repetitive movement here. And it's quite low impact, whereas if I have you to do your warriors now, it might be too much pressure on the knees. And also something I'd like you to pay attention to during your yoga practice. Are you locking the joints in any of our exercises that we do? In your warriors, in your forward folds, are you locking the knees? Maybe a gentle bend in the knees might be super beneficial for you if we are working in any of our standing postures. to see if you can find the same sensation of recruiting the muscles in your exercises rather than hanging into the joints. So I'd really like you to find strength and stability first before you find more depth in the pose. So we're not going to hang out in our joints. And especially if you're a little bit hypermobile, like I can raise my hand for that, having strength is most important before you can find more depth. Good. On the next one, we're going to keep it lifted, okay? So keep it nice and high, keep it lifted, maybe you point the toes. I know my inner thighs are starting to burn. I don't know about you, but we're going to hold it for 10, for 9, for 8, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower, slowly release. Good. We're gonna make our way up and we're gonna come into a seat. And the next one, if you have a block, great. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. You can imagine sort of having a block or place pretty much anything else underneath the leg. I'm going to use the block for this one. We're going to bring the block in line with the right hip. So the right leg moves a little out. Block comes in line with the right hip. And again, gentle bend into the knees. Always fine. We're going to simply tap the right leg over the block. Good. And bring it back. Now I'm right away going with the challenging version, but the block has a few levels. So you can always place it a level down so the leg has to lift less high, which in general makes it a little easier. So your version here. We're gonna bring that foot over and back. So tap it over, good, tap it back. That was 1. Good, we're gonna go for 2. Hands can always rest next towards the body as well, in front of the heart. See if you can keep a little straightening in the spine. This is already 3, you're doing so great. Keep stepping. So tap, awesome, tap, good, tap, and tap it back, nice. Lift and lower, and we got 4, awesome. 3, good, 2, nice, and the last one, tap it over, tap it back. Now, if I'd be really mean, I would tell you to lift it up. Keep it lifted just for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, well, that front of the thigh is working there. So we're gonna do the same little thing on the other side. And if this is too much for you right away, please feel free to take a break between these. You could do 5, take a break, do 5 more. It's perfectly fine. You'll end up with the same 10 that we did. So there's always ways to work with your own capabilities. Good. I'm gonna step it over, step it back. So hands can rest here or here. So tap it over, tap it back, tap it over, tap it back. You're doing great. Tap it over, tap it back. Good. And this is already 4. Nice. Coming into 5. Halfway. 6. Good. 7. Good. 8. Doing great. 9. 8. Doing great. That was a fun one. 9. Good. And 10. Awesome. Good. Now we're going to keep it lifted. Again, take a break if needed. We're going to otherwise keep it lifted for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Good. Maybe give the legs a little shake. A little self-massage. A little on the front of the thigh. Can always be super nice. A little bit of ease and release here. For me, the quadriceps, front of the thigh muscles are always super tight. So I like to do some, either with some bow, myofascia release kind of thing here, rolling with the bow, or just giving it a gentle self-massage. Good. Doing so good. And then we're going to make our way back on towards the back. So that was the active part of the practice. Now we're going to take some much deserved rest. So you're moving down and towards the back. And then I have a nice one to just find some release in the side of the leg. And it's a really simple supine twist. So we're extending the right leg out, taking the left knee in, and then we're bringing the left knee over towards the right. And again here, if the knee is high off the mat and it's uncomfortable, a cushion or a block can always come underneath that thigh. And you want to see if you could find a stretch sort of towards the outer edge of that leg. Good. And so for me, I don't really feel the stretches. I use the block, so I prefer not to use it. And we're going to find that sensation. You're doing great. And this can be super nice as it is, right? If your knees allow it, you can bend the bottom leg, and it might be hard for you to see, but I'm bending the bottom leg, and I'm pointing the knee a little bit towards the bottom left corner of the mat. And that can already stretch the quadriceps. For me, the knees bending is fine as long as I don't have too much weight on it. So play around if it feels good for you. And then maybe the left hand reaches towards the leg, or maybe if it doesn't reach, you can grab your resistance band, place it around the foot, and then just hold it there. So to create a little stretch into the quadriceps as well. Few breaths here, not too long. And again, only if it feels good for the knees. As soon as you start to feel any discomfort in the knee joints, you ease out, okay? So it's no need to go through anything that's painful, that doesn't feel good. That's not how we work here, okay? So taking a deep breath in. Long breath out, you're doing great. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Or taking one more inhale. And a nice long exhale, releasing the bottom leg, turning yourself back to center. Same thing on towards the other side. So left leg extends, right knee comes in, and we're finding the twist. And first a few breaths just in our supine twist, maybe stretching out that outer thigh. You're doing so great. This can be it. This can be where you feel best, right? So stay here if that's it. And maybe you bend the bottom leg and the hand reaches towards the foot. Now it's a bit clear what I meant on the first side. So see if you can find that breath here. Stretching quadriceps. And like sort of towards, IT band is hard to stretch, but that area, right? So that's sort of all you want to see if you can find the stretch a little bit. Good. Deep breath in here. Long breath out. Deep breath in. You're doing so great. Long breath out. And see if we can hold it for one more. Inhale. And on the exhale, nice and release, let go. Make your way back on towards the spine. And just a very simple, again, if the knees find it all right, maybe a little windshield wiper, bringing the legs side to side. You don't have to come into your full range of motion at all. Just a little gentle side to side here. And then we're slowly going to ease our way into Shavasana. So we're extending one leg, extending the other. Cushion underneath the knees might be nice. Just to give it a little extra support there. Cushion under the head might be nice to give yourself a little extra support there. And then we're going to find a few moments in a resting pose. Good. Allowing the breath just to naturally flow. And allowing the body to grow heavy on the mat. Good. You can always pause the video and stay here for as long as you'd like, as long as your schedule allows it. And otherwise, we're going to make our way towards the right side. And maybe stay here for one more moment. Take your time before you get up into any comfortable seat of your choice. And it might not be cross-legged if the knees are painful. Or it might be cross-legged with a little bit of support, but you can extend the legs out. Or maybe you just simply sit in Dandasana, your staff pose. Either of those options are fine. We're just going to take a moment to close off the practice. So bring your hands in front of the heart. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. It would help my channel a lot if you'd subscribed and like this video or leave a comment. Maybe share it with someone you feel like could benefit from a practice like this. I'm super grateful you were here today, and namaste.